Imagine landing in another country for a normal business trip, then suddenly being surrounded by police, not because you committed a crime there, but because of something you legally did weeks earlier in America. That's exactly what happened to an American tourist visiting Dubai. And what he discovered about foreign laws terrified millions of travelers. Because the mistake he made is something thousands of Americans do every single day. Most people assume if it's legal in America, it's probably fine. That assumption nearly destroyed this man's life. His name was Peter Clark, a retired game designer from Las Vegas, and before flying to Dubai, he legally used cannabis in Nevada. Completely legal, completely normal, or at least normal in the United States. But what happened after he landed in Dubai turned into an international nightmare. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Clark arrived in Dubai for what was supposed to be a routine business trip. No drugs, no trafficking, no smuggling, nothing illegal in his luggage. Everything seemed fine, until he suddenly experienced a medical emergency and had to go to a hospital. And that's where everything changed. Doctors reportedly ran tests and found traces of THC in his system. The same THC from cannabis he legally consumed back in Nevada. Now in America, that wouldn't matter. But Dubai isn't America, and under UAE law, even trace amounts of THC in your body can be treated as drug possession. Think about that. Not carrying drugs, not buying drugs, not smoking there, just having traces in your bloodstream. Suddenly, this tourist was facing prison time. Imagine the psychological shock. One moment you think you're recovering in a hospital, the next moment you realize police are involved. And this is where most tourists make a dangerous mistake. They assume foreign countries operate under the same logic and freedoms as the US. They don't. In some countries, medications are illegal, CBD products are banned, prescription drugs require approval, and even tiny amounts of banned substances can trigger arrest to Dubai authorities. The fact that cannabis was legal in Nevada didn't matter at all. Different country, different laws, different consequences. And for Clark, that realization came far too late. What makes this story so terrifying is how easy it is for this to happen accidentally. A vape pen forgotten in a backpack, CBD gummies, prescription medication, even residue left inside luggage, and suddenly your vacation becomes an interrogation. This is why governments constantly warn travelers to research local laws before flying internationally. Because once you land, you're no longer protected by American norms. You're playing by an entirely different rulebook. And many tourists never realize that until it's already too late. The scariest part of this story isn't just the arrest, it's the realization that ordinary behavior in one country can become a serious crime somewhere else. And that's why stories like this spread so quickly online, because they force people to confront something uncomfortable. The world is not standardized. What feels normal to you might be illegal somewhere else. And sometimes, one small mistake is all it takes to completely change your life. So before you travel internationally, double-check everything. Your medication, your bags, even your assumptions. Because Peter Clark learned the hard way that legal in America does not mean legal everywhere. And honestly, most tourists have no idea how close they are to making the exact same mistake.